What's going on, guys? Got some new knives from House of Blades, sponsors of the channel. I got 4 knives sent today, and this is the Civivi Sentinel Strike, and I also got the Weknife OAO, also known as One and Only, in here. And then I got the Kershaw Launch 19, and I also got the Spyderco Micro Jimbo. Let's start off with the Civivi Sentinel Strike first. Looks like there's an open side right here. Let's take a look at that. I did an unboxing of all this in my live stream not too long ago, but I want to go in depth with the actual knives and the reviews of them because this is something that you guys can potentially buy, and if you use the code MikeyDC10 you get 10% off all of these knives. So ooh-wee, take a look at this Sentinel Strike by Civivi. I've had my eyes on this, and the reason for it is because it's just so unique in ways where it has so many deployments. So you have the button lock right here, obviously, and then you have a flipper tab. You also have a thumb hole on each side, right hand, left hand, which is also ambidextrous. You can move this clip over to this side. And then you have this big old finger hole right there. So whether you use the actual flipper, thumb lock, what the heck, thumb lock, or use the don't want to cut myself, or use the finger hole, okay, or use the actual button lock. That is super unique. It definitely has a more tactical look to it. You can really choke up on this knife right here because of that finger choil, and you got some jimping right here on the spine as well. All right, so you can really get up on that knife. I like that. It's a bigger knife, and it's super fun and fidgety to play with. You're looking at $85 for this knife, but then again, if you use MikeyDC10, I'm going to say that a couple times in this video, use MikeyDC10, you do get a discount on this knife. So rather than going into all the nitty-gritty specs of this knife and the descriptions, I mean, that's really something that you can just pull up on your own online. I just want to give you guys a user feel. So in hand, it definitely feels a lot larger. Let me give you guys a size comparison to other Civivi knives. So looking at the comparison, this is the Sentinel Strike, this right here is the Vision, and this right here is the Elementum. As you can see, it's definitely a lot larger than the two, and the aesthetic of it is super nice. I mean, you got aluminum, and you also got, I think this is green G10. And this blade right here is K110, but 85 bucks on House of Blades. You use that discount, you get 10% off. It's super freaking nice. I mean, that is, what do you say, a sheep's foot blade? Looks like it. Okay, and that is what you are looking at. So let's move that over here. Now let's take a look at the Weknife OAO, One and Only. So this right here, OMG, is super unique because this is one whole piece, and these scales actually just slide off of the knife after you take this screw off, and the pocket clip. This just slides right off, and then you have one whole integrated piece. And right here, it looks like you got a frame or a liner lock that's inside. Only thing about this that I don't really like is that it only has one flipping mechanism, and that's that back flipper. But once you open it, oh my gosh, I mean, that is freaking phenomenal. You're looking at CPM 20CV blade, super nice. It is ambidextrous, so boom, boom, you have that there. When it flips out though, it has like this ting, and I like that. I really like that. And you can change out the different scales. I don't know if they sell it on House of Blades. I'm sure we sells different types of scales for this that you can put in here, but that is super nice. I really like that. And this you can find on the House of Blades website. Definitely a lot pricier at $437.75, but you do get that 10% off on this knife if you decide to buy it. Oh, gosh, I can't stop doing that freaking thing. And this right here is titanium, and you have aluminum foil carbon fiber. The blade itself is satin. Super nice. CPM 20 CV. It's a good knife there. Super sharp as well. I really like that. You got your lanyard hole right there. So let's look at a size comparison compared to the Sentinel Strike. So Sentinel Strike, boom, you got your OAO right there. And then let's put an Elementum right here as well, along with the Vision. So that's what you're looking at in terms of size comparisons to the other knives. And it feels super light. Like, I'm super impressed with how light this thing is. It's definitely unique. And if you don't really care much for just that one opening mechanism, then this is a good knife for you. You also have this little indentation right here where I have 2 fingers that just fit super comfy, and I could just hold and grip the knife like so. So I like that. It's really nice. It's different. It definitely is one and only. Okay. So let's put that away. And now let's move on to Kershaw. So this right here is the Kershaw Launch 19. Now, I'm not gonna lie, of the 4 knives that were sent to me from House of Blades, this is probably my favorite. If I'm gonna drop some dough, some good hard-earned money on any of the 4 knives that were just sent to me, it would probably be this guy. USA made, auto knife, and it's super nice and light, and it's a auto. Woo! And that thing just flicks out. You're looking at CPM 154, and this right here is OMG, really nice. That action, wow. Okay, ergonomics, really nice on this knife. You can really choke up on here. Got that finger choil right there as well. You can get up on it like so. The specs, like any of these knives, I'm just gonna have you take a look at it yourself. I'll probably pop it up on the screen so that way I'm not reading that to you, but I'm just giving you guys an overall feel. Now, again, of all the 4 knives that were sent to me, this would be the one that I would actually want to buy. I really like the Kershaw autos, and I also really like that it's ambidextrous. So you got it right hand clip oriented, deep carry, really like that. And then boom, you can move it over to this brown side where it can be left hand, and that action all day, baby. Boom, that thing is money. Okay, let's talk about price. So you're looking at $167.95 for this bad boy, and if you use my discount, you do get 10% off. I really like the aluminum with the brown G10. That thing is just such a nice combination. Now, it is just on one side, so if you flip the clip over, you're gonna bleed into a little bit of this G10 right here, but you know, it doesn't really bother me that much if I happen to do that, right? The blade shape, super nice. I mean, the ergonomics, like I had stated, phenomenal. I like how this fits in my hand, and it's super freaking light. Still in stock on House of Blades website. I really love this thing. That action is super phenomenal. And let me do a size comparison real quick. So we got the Launch 19. We also have the Elementum. We have the Vision right here. And then I just keep trying to throw the Sentinel on there so that way you guys get a good view because of how large it is compared to everything else. But that is your size comparison. Put that right there. Move that aside. Now let's go to our last knife, and this right here is the Spyderco Micro Jimbo. I have the Yo Jimbo. I'm going to show you guys a comparison of the size with that too. But this one, oh my gosh, look at that. Super small. I mean, come on. Okay, let's just do size comparisons now. So you got that right there. I got the Yo Jimbo 2 right next to it. Civivi Elementum, slightly smaller. You got the Vision right there. And then again, let's put the Sentinel Strike back in the picture. This is what you're looking at in terms of size. It's not super big, but it definitely packs a punch. Why? Because it does have a blade of CPM 30 CV. That is no joke. Really good type of blade, and it's very small. I mean, in hand, that thing just flings out. I'm super scared of that. Like the Yo Jimbo 2, this is CPM 20 CV. I mean, that's a bigger boy. Like, look at that opened up compared to the actual Micro Jimbo. I mean, Boom. Definitely a big difference, right? The clip is a wired clip. I'm not a fan of the wired clips. I don't know. Something about it just seems super cheap to me, you know? This one didn't come with a wired clip. This came with a standard Spyderco clip, and it is ambidextrous. So you see that right there. It's an ambi. I'm sure you can probably find some clips like on Lynch, but yeah, you won't see me rocking wired clips. It's just not my cup of tea, you know? Flicks like a charm. This is a USA made knife out of Colorado. So the micro Jimbo, you're just looking at $171.50, couple bucks more than the launch. All right, they're both USA made, and this one is just, oop, messed up the Spidey flick there. This one is just super fun to play with. I mean, come on. Yep. I really like that. Black G10. I don't know why, and this is just me, but the Spyderco G10 scales just feel a little cheap, you know? Like, I have the PM2 lefty, and it's the same thing. Like, the scales feel super just, I don't know, cheap, you know? This is my lefty Spyderco Para 2. Absolutely love this knife. This is actually my very first true left-handed knife. What makes it left-handed is that compression lock. See that? It's right there on the right side. For the other knives that Spyderco sells, it's right here on the left side. So I have to maneuver it as opposed to holding it down like so. I have to then boom, and then I have to hold this a certain way so that my fingers don't get chopped off, and then I have to just flick that down. So, you know, a little bit of playing around with what I have to do, but here's your size comparison if you're trying to look at that compared to the Para 2 and the Jimbo 2. And those are the 4 knives. So I'm sorry that if this video may seem a little all over the place, but I just wanted to give you guys the offerings that House of Blades, sponsor of the channel, has, and what they currently have in stock. So you have your Sentinel Strike, you have your OAO, you have your Launch 19, and you have your Micro Jimbo. Use Mikey DC10 and you get 10% off your entire order at House of Blades. Not only do you get a discount, but you help the channel out. So tell me what you guys think about all these knives. I would really appreciate that. Peace.